Well, thank you so much, Nompu, and good afternoon to you and to the viewers at home. Of course, the big plan that the minister will be announcing very soon is that he wants to make every municipality to work, and that plan has been tabled about 2 weeks ago in a cabinet committee. It's currently going through the technical processes before being tabled to the cabinet later this month. And as you've said, the CoGTA Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa now joins me here in studio. Minister, firstly, thank you so much for making time to speak to us. Firstly, I want to take you to the audit outcomes that were tabled by the Auditor General not so long ago. Only 13% of municipalities getting a clean audit. You must be concerned about that performance.
Thank you very much, Bulelani, and greetings to all the viewers at home. Indeed, the audit report tabled by the Auditor General for the year 2021-2022 is a matter of concern. It became a concerning matter to an extent that when it was tabled on the 21st of August in the Cabinet took a resolution to take a step further in order to address this scenario and formed an interministerial committee. The interministerial committee is formed by ministers who are directly affected at municipal level. It is led by CoGTA. It is composed of water and sanitation, composed of human settlement, electricity, and finance. This interministerial committee is gonna be working on the theme that came up with the 7th Administration Ministry of CoGTA, that every municipality must work. So we are very concerned about the poor audit outcome, but we heeded to the call made by Auditor General, a call to action. The priorities: we have classified municipalities, 61 municipalities which are functional, 161 who are at risk, and 35 municipalities that are dysfunctional or distress. But we noted something good in the audit outcome. There was an improvement from the worst performing category disclaimer from 22 to 12, which was a great improvement, of course, bad as it may, but the number became lower, more than 50% compared to the previous year.
But this new plan that you're bringing to the table, how different is it going to be? I mean, there's been a lot of plans before that never worked. What will make this one work this time around?
This plan is different. One, it is going to be a collaborative approach. All the previous plan, it was a plan by one ministry. This one, ministries will come together. Even the president on Wednesday, as it is Friday today, he volunteered that once the final plan has been presented to cabinet, because we will be doing outreach programs, going to municipalities and see things and want them to be fixed as we saw them. He said he was going to be part of those outreach programs. So now it is different this time around because we are adopting a hands-on approach. Not one department, but a collective, because we agree if you want to get the economy right in South Africa, you need to change the situation in our municipalities.
Now, you've written to government departments who owe municipalities about 21 billion rand. How are you going to ensure that those departments actually comply with paying the debt that they owe to municipalities?
We have given 4 months for the departments to prioritize their affairs and pay the 21 billion they owe to municipalities. Because, Bulelani, you can't expect municipalities to perform and yet you don't pay as a government. We want the government to set a tone and be exemplary. when we mobilize business and ordinary people, the government has taken a step. How are we going to enforce this one? We're giving them 4 months. If they don't comply, we are going to knock at the door of the finance minister that, look, it cannot be that the departments can owe municipalities and refuse to do a responsible thing to pay them. Can we tap in the allocation of these departments? Because you know what? If you have money that is allocated by Treasury to a department, you must meet your obligations. Municipalities should not become something that you ignore, yet we want to see a change. That is one thing that will make a difference in the turnaround plan, that every municipality must function. It must be given all the necessary support. We will establish a team that will look at the funding model. There are municipalities who are financially struggling because they don't have the revenue base to collect from. So we want to devise a different funding model for those municipalities, once clearly identified, so that once you have given them funding, they must perform thereafter.
The use of consultants at municipal level remains a concern. I think the figure is at about 3 billion rand. You talked about yesterday the issue of trying to do away with consultants and implementing agents. How are you going to enforce that?
The consultants in other municipalities, they produce good audit outcome. But what is concerning, a municipality uses consultants and get a disclaimer. There is no value for money. We want to attach a clause that if a municipality is using a consultant and the consultant does not deliver the required results, there is no need to pay that consultant. And the municipality is using consultants, there must be a plan of skills transfer to the staff within the municipalities. And there must be a time frame. How long are you gonna need capacity building, skills transfer, and pull out from the consultant, because they are charging exorbitant fees.
You've also talked about compelling municipalities to spend about 10% of their grant funding on maintenance and repairs. How are you going to enforce that one as well?
All good performing municipalities, they ensure that they do repairs and maintenance. You won't find leakages of water or sewage running down the streets. So now, all municipalities will be forced, one, to show in the budget 10% allocation from MIG for repairs and maintenance. Not only show in the budget, we have a wing called MISA. MISA has a pool of engineers and also technocrats who will follow the use of the 10% that it actually goes to repairs and maintenance. And there is no one who's going to escape that one.
I'm almost out of time, but I'm going to have to ask you this. Last night you had a dinner with the president as part of the Government of National Unity. I'm not going to ask what was on the menu, but is the GNU under threat at all?
Not at all. The GNU, I'm sure it has surprised many people. Many people were hoping there will be wars, quarrels. That is not the case.
But the DA is threatening to walk out.
No. Every family has issues. And like a marriage, GNU is a coalition like a marriage. In every marriage, there are issues. You don't threaten that I'm going to divorce because there are issues. The GNU is going to finish its course, and we are confident that we are going to take our country forward. This is the mandate of the people of South Africa. They did not give one party the majority. They said, look, work together, find a common ground, whatever solution, sit around the table, solve it, and fix our country.
Thank you so much. Velenkosini Hlabisa is the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister, joining me in studio for this wide-ranging interview. On that note, we cross back to you in Johannesburg.